just now before this, we talk a little bit from the Bazi point of view. So Bazi is basically taking your dates, right? So we are basically looking at dates, when we are looking at the Bazi itself. So when we are looking at Feng Shui itself right now, we are looking at landform. So we are actually looking at our planet Earth, right? So now here's the thing, right? So when we're talking about the planet Earth, right? What is influencing our planet Earth? Right? So have you ever thought of that? Right? So it's very meteorological question, right? So if you take a look at this particular picture, right? So now this is one of the picture that I like to talk to people about is that you are familiar with this phenomena called tide coming in and also tide going out. Right? So everybody is familiar with this thing called a tide. But in actual sense, scientifically, there's no such thing as tide coming in. There's no such thing as tide going out. Now you're gonna start to be, very confused. What? But I can see the sea level coming into the beach, and I can see the sea level going down from the beach. What do we mean by there's no tide? In actual sense, what happened is that the moon and also the sun form two magnetic poles for our planet. So what does the moon and the sun do is that it cools all the water, and it actually causes the water to become two bulging sides of the sea. And now you can imagine the moon is pulling one side of the water, so most of the water go one side, and the sun is pulling the other side. Most of the water to go the other side. You got two sides of the planet whereby they got more water than the other side of the planet. And when planet spins, right? So our planet spins, right? We are actually spinning into the water, you see. The water is not coming into the planet. We are actually going into the water. And that gives you the imagination, or that gives you the vision of seeing tide is coming into Earth. Right? So now why I did bring you up? Because Feng Shui is a lot about planet alignment. Right? So the Feng Shui base belief is that cosmic energy. So when we talk about cosmic energy, it's basically other planets. They exert a certain amount of influence on whatever that is inside the planet. So mountains are basically markers for planetary alignment. So you have to imagine that there are planetary and energy that's bombarding the planets, right? So this is over eons, this is over century. We're not talking about years. So after bombarding the planet already, areas whereby there are constant bombardment will form mountains. This is where all the energy is actually being stored. It's a reflection of all the constellation planets that's around, right? So and they store the energy there. So when we are studying Feng Shui, we're basically studying where are the area whereby there are energy that's been stored. They are not right now slowly releasing it out that we human can use to help us in our activity. Right? So why do I show you this? If the moon is able, the moon is not really such a big thing compared to our planet. The moon is smaller than Earth. Right? So if it can exert this sort of influence whereby it can pull a big amount of water away from our planet Earth. So you just imagine other bigger constellation and bigger planet. Do you think it will have any influence on ourselves? Right? So definitely the answer is yes. Right? So when we go into the next slide, let's go into the next slide. So let me just introduce you a little bit, right? So that you can align back. Right, so now there's one of the planets that is very close to us, which is called the Jupiter. It's a huge planet. It's a huge planet. It's like 60 times the size of our tiny little planet Earth. So we are in the small one, the blue color one. It's called the third rock from the sun. Right, so it's a very tiny fella. So you can see that the moon is even more tinier. Right, so now the Jupiter orbital around the sun is 11.86 years. Right, so these are scientifically proven. Right, so we use scientific to basically do that. But here's the thing, right? The Chinese has invented this 12 animal, 11.86 to 12 animal. Long time before anybody has invented this thing called telescope. long time before anybody know that there are other planets outside of our planet Earth, right? So, and they put in the 12 animal. The actual 12 animal is just basically the 12 direction that mark the location of Jupiter, right? So like this particular year, it is the rabbit year, right? So it's the rabbit year. So we call rabbit the Grand Duke. So the Grand Duke is actually the Jupiter planet, the biggest planet that exert the biggest influence to us. So that's what we believe. So the Jupiter can exert a lot of influence on the planet. So it's actually telling you that this particular year, the Jupiter is basically at the east, which is where the rabbit is, right? So rabbit reside in the east, is at the east side of it. So if you take a look at it, if this is Jupiter, if this is the sun, if this is our planet spinning, right? So you can see that the planet Jupiter is basically relatively at the east of our planet during this particular year. So next year, the Jupiter will start to move again. So the Jupiter will reach the southeast of our planet. We are still spinning like this. Okay, it will be in the south because that's where the dragon is in the southeast. So the 12 animal sign is basically a tracking device being used to track where the Jupiter is at any given month. So when we know that when it's coming from that particular direction, so we know that that direction has the highest energy signature. That is where the main trunk of energy is coming in. So we call that the Grand Duke energy, right? So, and the Grand Duke energy will exert specific influence to us. So we are actually talking about that. And when you study enough of Feng Shui, you will start to see that a lot of the Feng Shui formula actually is using what we call this thing called 28 constellation. So 28 constellation means that all the sky stars that is available, we have grouped them into 28 different groups. Now, here's the funny thing. Every single culture also look at the same set of stars, but we group the star in a different manner, right? English people, in English, we have the astrology, we call it, the what we call Aquarius. Aquarius is basically a group of stars, right? So then we call it, the Capricorn is actually a group of stars. So we all also call it, but the Chinese has 28. The Indian, the Vedic system, they also group the star in a different manner. But all of us believe one thing: the star exert a certain amount of influence onto this tiny little planet called planet Earth. And we little humans who stand in the planet Earth are actually being influenced by this energy. So if you start to understand this energy, you can use the energy to support what you are doing. So if this particular energy is giving you this sort of energy signature, then you can actually use this energy to support the work that you are doing if you happen to be wanting this sort of energy signature. So, going down, Catherine will be talking a little bit about the different energy signature that is available so that you know how to do it. And of course, at that particular thing, we will be talking about direction. We'll be talking about sector. So that, if you take your house, what we're going to tell you is that different area in your house has different energy signature. So if you want that particular energy signature, you can go to that area of your house and what we call it activation. So later Catherine will, come in and tells you about activation and actually using the place. So Catherine, pass it back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about this planet Earth revolving thing. I did learn something from you today. Thank you very much, Kevin. Okay, so right. How, okay, the big question, how can we tap on this positive energy, okay, to get the results we want? All right, how? Good question, how? Let's see. Up. Let me just put it back here. Okay. Right. So 5 simple steps, okay, to do that. Step 1, we will need your floor plan. Okay, we will need your floor plan. So what do you need to do once you have your floor plan? Okay, you need to, oops, just hold on. Go. So first you need your floor plan. So you need to take out a floor plan and you draw a perfect rectangle. Refer to the red line on the slide on the screen that you are seeing, right? Draw a perfect rectangle around your floor plan, okay? Find the center point of your property, where the dotted line is. And how do you do that? Simple, right? You draw a rectangle, on your floor plan. If it, goes out a little bit, it doesn't matter. Just draw a rectangle and then draw 2 diagonal lines, reflected on the screen here, okay? So the middle of the intersection of the 2 diagonal lines would be the center of your house. Okay, so that is your floor plan. You can even use this, in your office, not only at home, but you can also take the floor plan of your office. All right, so this is step number 1. Now, step number 2, easy. Okay, once you are in the center of your home or your office, what you need to do then is to take the direction with your phone. Okay, to take the direction of a phone. So how do you do that? You can use a compass if you have one. All right. If not, you can use the phone application, whereby they have the compass application. What you need to do is you go to the center of your house, okay, where roughly the point X is. All right, and you just put your phone or your compass, at your waist level, and take it and see which direction is pointing towards. Okay, so this is step 2, is to go to the center of your house and take the direction with your phone or compass. Okay, next, what do you do? Next, what you need to do is then, to segment your floor plan of your home or your office into 8 quadrants. Okay, so you segment them into 8 quadrants. And you mark the directions, north, south, east, west. They're the 8 directions, right? So mark them, okay? Mark the 8 directions. All right. Then we move on to step 4. Step 4, you need to then identify the good sectors. Okay. So basically, there are a few good sectors in 2024, and I'll explain later on, what you can do with each of these good sectors. All right. For example, this year, right, the main wealth sector is in the south. Okay, if activated, you can generate more wealth, you can increase revenue and income. Okay, so south sector is the wealth sector this year. And the north sector, okay, is good for networking. You need to connect with the right people to help you build a business. You need to get promotion, or develop a good set of new skills. All right, this is the sector that you should go for, the north sector. Get the right people, connect with the right people to build a business. And this is where, we can maybe get help, maybe talk to your manager so that your M+2, will be okay to promote you. And yeah, so, the north sector, this is what you can do there. All right. And west, okay, west is good for developing social skills. Okay. It's also good for career advancement when activated. Okay. So once you have identified these good sectors, you know roughly what these sectors are good for. But we're going to go, further in the next few slides to explain what more you can do with these sectors. Okay. So how do you activate them? Okay. How do you activate them? You need to unclutter the space. What do I mean by unclutter? Make sure that these sectors are free from the mess. Okay. This space needs to be clean and bright, where we can allow good circulation, all right, of energy and qi. And this is why Chinese does spring cleaning during Chinese New Year. Okay, many do it as a tradition, but the real significance of spring cleaning is to unclutter the home so that energy of the new year can settle in and flow within the home. All right, so if you want to benefit from the energy of this space, all you need to do is spend time there. Use the space to make your sales pitch, talk to your boss, attend online classes, or any activities that will help you achieve your goals. Okay, don't sleep there. Okay, Feng Shui is all about doing things. All right, you can have the best Feng Shui in the world, but if you just sit around and just do nothing, nothing will happen. All right, so you need to do something, take actions. Okay, right. So go to those spaces, go to those sector of your house, do something. And you may even want to activate that area with an aquarium. Now, one thing I learned, with the JY team is that, we do not need to have fishes in aquarium, okay? All you need to have a good volume size aquarium with a water pump so that water is moving, okay? So, and one of the reasons why, we put fishes in aquarium is because energy and, with a life form in the aquarium, it actually allows energy to flow, all right? So instead of, having an aquarium with fishes, trapping the poor fish, in the small aquarium, a better way would be to put a little pump that allows, the water in the aquarium to move, okay, to generate the positive energy. Okay, it's just this simple. Now, if you find it very difficult to do the 5 steps above, you can always reach out to Kevin and myself. And there are even, some professionals, masters who is with us today, in the webinar. You can also reach out to them. I'm sure they'll be more than happy, to help you there. Okay. And here's my QR code from my Instagram account. This is how you can reach us. All right. So now let's move on. Okay. Still sticking onto the Feng Shui, aspect. So this is where there are 5 actions that we can take to increase your salary. Earlier on, we look at your personal 八字 annual structure chart, and based on your strongest element, there are things that you can do, right? Like increases prices, increase volume to increase sales and revenue, right? Based if you have the metal element or wood element, there are certain things you can do. Okay. Now let's see how this is applicable with Feng Shui. Okay, so how we can tap on the positive energy of Feng Shui to obtain the results you want. So yes, to increase salary, there are 5 things you need to do. Okay, first, you need to make yourself indispensable. Okay, you work in the West where the star 6 is. Okay, West is good for career this year, good for power and authority. So if you're managing a team, the West is the best place for you to be. Okay, so work there, make yourself indispensable. Then you want to be also part of the revenue stream. All right, so you need to go to the north sector of a house to think of your sales strategy. Star 1 is actually an intelligence star and a nobleman star. Okay, so this is a sector where you can brainstorm and come up with brilliant ideas or even call a friend for help. All right, so be part of the key revenue stream, participate in the building of your sales strategy of your company, all right, and do it in the north sector. Okay, now you may also want to be part of a profit sharing project. Okay, so you can conduct meetings, calls in the southwest to ensure that project runs well, and then you will get the profit sharing at the end. Okay, so southwest is where you want to be to conduct your meetings and calls to ensure that the project that you're working on runs well to get the profit sharing you want in the end. Okay, now the center of the house is where you want to acquire a new skill. All right, attend online trainings, pick up new skill set in the center of the house. So when you have ultimate skill, don't you think that you will be indispensable? Don't you think that with this ultimate skills, you can ask for more salary, right? So this is, upgrading yourself, okay? And utilizing the good energies in these sectors, to make yourself better, all right? Now, if you have a side gig, this is also one way to increase your salary, right? I mean, we all have a full-time job, but if you want to do a side gig, I don't know, be a Grab driver, for example, right? Or sell I don't know, handmade earrings, or sell whatever things or service. I mean, we have part-time insurance agent as well, correct? As a side gig. So this is where if you have a side gig, use the south sector. Okay, go to the south to pitch your sales, sell your service and your product there. Okay, do your planning, marketing and sales pitch in the south sector. Okay, because south sector is where the wealth star is this year. All right, to have a side gig is to make more money, right? So this is where you need to be, the south sector. Okay, now let's see how you can increase sales this time around for people who are running their own business. Okay, so people who are running their own business and people who are working for the others, we make use of the stars differently. Okay, so if you're running your own business, what you can do is you can get into a joint venture, a partnership. You do affiliate marketing. You use the North sector to connect with the people in the different sector, okay, and do joint marketing with them. You get to sell in different markets through partnership. Okay, so this is one thing you can do if you're a business owner to increase your sales. The next thing you can do, you can also use the North sector, all right, where North is actually the base of star 1, with the annual 9 flying into the North in 2023. It combines, it makes a combo of 10. So it is great for business owners to create more opportunities. So you can get connected to a larger pool of audience. You can activate the North sector. In the office, it will be even better. But if you can't do it in the office, what you need to do is activate the North sector in your home by using the same strategy, okay? Take your business calls, take your customers' calls in that sector. Okay, you can also activate same thing with water by placing an aquarium there with a water pump. Okay, no fishes required. Now, you can also increase your sales by branding yourself, correct? Branding yourself by building your reputation and to rebrand yourself. So use the Southwest sector where the annual star 1 is. Okay, Southwest sector where the annual star 1 is. People will pay more for quality and brand. And, plan and launch your product in the Southwest sector of your office or home, okay, preferably in the office. Activate with water or even metal as well, okay. Metal activation can be, those round weights where the bodybuilders uses. So just place 6 of those, weights in that sector, in the Southwest sector of your office or your home, that will help build your reputation and rebranding. And of course, don't just put things there and do nothing, right? Don't just put a water aquarium there and don't just put, weights there and do nothing. Okay, you need to do your planning, your rebranding there. Okay. Now, the next thing you can do to increase your sales is to get more resources, to have access to more funds to reinvest so that your business can grow, right? Use this sector, the East, to negotiate with banks to get access to funds. Use this sector for negotiation as well and discussion if you are into property. Okay, please do not use this sector to sleep. Okay, again, right? Especially in the East, and you'll know why later in the next few slides. Okay, the East sector, if you can, definitely do not use it to sleep. Okay, and the East sector is actually an asset star. Okay, you can create your future wealth there, right? So don't sleep there, because by sleeping, wealth will not come by and nothing will happen. So do not sleep there. All right. Last but not least, you can once again use the center of your home to improve your skill set. Okay, because the center of the home is where star 4 is, and star 4 is actually the academic star. And this is where, you can be there to learn how to run your business, or you learn how to better control the cost of your company, better sales and marketing strategy, right? Or even conduct team trainings. Okay, so this is where you can be to improve your skill set by using the center of your home. And there is an extremely good He-Tu formation. So this is, I'm going to the technical part of Feng Shui, whereby the star 9 and star 4 combines. Okay, so there's this little area that I marked in red in the chart here, whereby you can use, okay, because it's a combination between 4 and 9. So you use that area, the intersection between the sector 4 and 9. Make sure that that place is not cluttered, so that the chi and the energy, right, can flow from both sectors and they can marry together and combine to get the results you want. Okay, and this sector is also good, for I would say, yeah. So let's just stop here, not to confuse you anymore. So just use that space, make sure that it's not cluttered, so that the chi can move around. Okay. Now, why do I say do not sleep in the East? Why I insist on that? Okay, because the East sector this year is where I would say the illness star is. Okay, so if you can avoid sleeping in the east, that'll be good. Health, right, is actually wealth. You will realize that when you get older, when all your body pain starts, kicking in, and not many people relate good health to in fact, many people relate good health to being physically well. Okay, but have you ever considered mental health? Look at the burnout and depression cases that we have these days, with the stress that we have in modern day living, and chronic stress, mental and emotional pressure can lead to many, many health issues. All right, so if you have pre-existing health conditions, if possible, all right, stay out of the east sector. Okay, do not sleep in this room if because it will worsen your condition. Okay, and if you're already sleeping in the east sector, you may even realize that your health conditions may have gotten worse. Okay, so get out of the east sector if you can. Okay, now if you have no option, you can still stay in the east sector, but we have a technique for it. Okay, so it's going to be complex. Don't worry if you're confused. Okay, once again, you can reach out to me or Kevin. We can give you more advice later on. If you have no choice and your bedroom or your office is in the east sector and you are spending a lot of time in this sector, what you can do is, this is an advanced technique. Okay, you can still use the east sector. What you need to do is activate the small Tai Chi in the south sector of this room. Okay, you can place your medication or your health supplements there. Okay, so basically, if you look at the diagram here, we are in the east section, and I've broken down the east section into 9 sectors. All right, and south is on the top here, based on the chart. So basically, what you need to do is, put your medications or your health supplements in the south sector. Okay. Right. So, just bear in mind, Feng Shui doesn't do miracles. Okay. Feng Shui doesn't do miracles. Your health conditions will not disappear. Okay. But it will not worsen. That's all. Okay. And why? Simply because, the energy this year in the East is not so good. Okay. And if you are not being healthy already, you have an existing health condition. And if you go, mingle with the negative energy, it will get worse. All right, so what you need to do is, be smart, right? Knowing that negative energies are there, try not to use it. And if you have no choice, apply the method that I just taught you. Okay, break down the east sector into 9 quadrants, place your medication or your health supplement in the south of the eastern room that you're using. Okay, health condition does not happen overnight. It's an accumulation of bad lifestyle and stress. So to improve your health condition, you need to seek medical help. And one of the ways to seek medical help is to activate the nobleman star, okay, which is in the which is in the southwest sector this year. Okay, you can find the best doctor for your condition or change to a healthier lifestyle. Okay, for example, no late night partying, no drinking, no clubbing, no smoking. All right, take some breaks, give your mind a rest, go for walks, go for vacation, give yourself the me time to recharge. Okay, right, so here we are, personal consults. You can reach out to me, you can reach out to Kevin and some of the masters who are with us on the chat today, on the webinar today. This is my Instagram account. You can, QR code me and find me there. All right. I do have some events planned coming up in October. So on the 15th of October, I intend to run a webinar where I will tell you about more things that you can do in 2023 before we actually moved on, to 2024, where the wood dragon year kicks in. Okay, I will share this information with you later after the webinar. And for the first 3 people who sign up, I'll be giving you a free 30 minutes consult, whereby I will share with you your own personal strength and potentials so that you can be a better you. Okay. I will share also with you the link to the recording so they can watch this replay over and over again and even share with your friends. Okay. So yes, we have come to an end. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time and support. And once again, a big, big, big thank you to my Sifu, okay, who has taken his precious time off today to be with us. Okay, have a great day ahead for the rest of you, and see you the next time.